Hey guys, Mr. Kaz here, and in this video I'm going to unveil the mysterious sharing function of Google Docs and any Google app for that matter. I know it's kind of confusing. It's a bit mysterious for a lot of people, and so hopefully this video will clear up some misconceptions. Okay, so I have my demo doc right here that I would like to share with some people. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple ways to do that. Okay, so the first and easiest way is to share with people directly. And that's going to look like this box down here. If you want to share with certain people, you're going to start typing their name in there. So, and you can see here, I actually have my name pop up at the very top of there. So it populates itself. It's very easy, especially if the person is in your Google network, or if you're in a district that uses Google and that person is a student or another teacher who's working there. It's really easy. Let's say I was looking for somebody named John. We could see here we have some Johns there on the list, and you can just scroll down through all of those. Or you could type in the actual email if you would like. Next, very important, you're going to choose what their access is going to be. You can either choose editing capability, comment capability, or view. Now, unless you know that you're directly going to work with this person and collaborate, I would probably stick with comment or view. If you just want to share the document to have the person look at it, if you just want to share the document so students can look at it, I would definitely stick with these two here. If you are working on a lesson plan with the co-teacher, or you're doing something that you know that you want the other person to be able to interact with and edit, then you would give them editing ability. Okay, that's how to deal with specific people. All right, so how to share with groups. That's a completely different thing. And you see that there's this line right here. That line is there for good reason, because sharing the link with people, you're not sharing with individuals anymore, you're sharing it with entire groups. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. We have a lot of options. Now, I am a Montgomery County teacher, so this is my Google district right here, and you're going to see it's the default is set to anyone in Montgomery County Public Schools with the link can view, which is good. It's safe, but if I wanted to send a link out on Facebook or Google Plus, or Twitter, and it's a link to one of my Google documents that's created in this network, somebody who's not a Montgomery County Public School employee would not be able to see it. Okay, same thing with these. If you want to give them the ability to edit, this would only be for somebody in Montgomery County Public Schools. Okay, you can totally turn off access for anyone if you would like, but the people whose names are in here. Okay, that's your choice. Okay, so if you want to share with something with somebody outside of your immediate network, you're going to go down here to the more. You're going to click on there. And now you have some options here. You can choose to share with anyone on the web, right? That requires that anyone with the internet can find and access this document. Okay, they don't have to sign in. They don't even have to be a Google member, I don't believe, to access that. Then you can set it to anyone with the link, which is going to narrow it down a little bit more. So if this is the entire world, this is probably like a continent. Okay, and then this is going to require the person has a link and that you have sent them or shared that link with them somehow through Twitter, through a blog, through email, what have you. Okay, then down here you're going to see on anyone in Montgomery County Schools can find an access. So anyone who's a member, they don't necessarily need the link. Anyone who is a member of Montgomery County Schools will be able to see your document. And then we have, and that would probably be like maybe a country within the continent. Then here on anyone in Montgomery County Schools, that's going to be like a state, right? If we're using that metaphor still. So anyone in my school district or in my GAF district, my Google district, who has the link. So people who don't have the link in my district cannot access it. And then finally down to off, shared with specific people, and this would be like the town or maybe even like the house, right? You choose house by house or town by town, who's going to have access to your document. Okay, so those are the options. I hope you learned a little bit more. This was just a basic introduction to sharing options on Google Docs. I hope you learned something, and good luck.